Fort TV. Stay entertained.
Antukusima omuntu wena achalio natora nchikayatika nyonga kutangira mkahumuro ako akatatugira mwakataito twasokwa kugaruka with a topic of discussion na mtu wazahe nsonga estalism na zimwe ngezigenda meiso mwihanga lino Uganda kuruga kyo chijo kwitwike twarangire jakubana senior presidential advisor on mobilization wa RWENZORI na TOORO asokwa na amazikwa na twegita onyenchakara hati kandi asokwa na sendekerezebwa chairperson wa NRM Change the Youth mbaza kuamberanga genda Afro Mobile genda Hayo TV Airtel TV genda on our Facebook account that is 4TV go on our YouTube channel that is 4TV otasokwa no turanye chakara hati genda ha Google osokwa nateka mwechigambo 40 radio oja kwa notulieza online nye chakara air hati ibalyange ni nyowe Kiza Robert akiki aja kwa nakutwala mpaka saa hina na dakika 10 tulio ntuchenso kyo changu tutegereze NRM kekitebe betekanize vata tulio tsigeze biro mwenda biyonka bitu kubantu tera karuru ku mwaka 2026 ibiri asa tunagoma tulio nsira owembezo bushaka mwihanga lino area Uganda kyo chizo tuzege kitebe cha FDC basokwambe Tanzania ni kitebe cha the National Unity Platform ba Coordinated Forces of Change in TOORO kandi ekigenderwa kiriyeki kimu basobora kuba nibarwana sabata ekitebe kino cha NRM ndikidictator that is according to Athere Jacqueline MP aspirant wa Fort Poto City Dr. Sabwingo Zampeze Moses omgesa sokwa na turamchaho then ngende mwadieri aturamche then we go direct into our topic of discussion. Moses, you are most welcome this morning.
Thank you very much Banakiza and the viewers and plus the senior presidential advisor whom we are with in the studio. I'm called Moses Bombale and the chairperson and I'm Change and the public relations officer at Divine International University. I'm happy to be here in the studio once again.
Thank you very much Moses for coming up this morning. Adieli takusisabuye tusabora mchie habantu obeyanzure mu bwoko kwanza no kuba Fort TV hano.
Wale muno akiki Kiza umtekaniza ku programu yenu haba Fort TV semiriro kundaliza mwangu kubanza kuja mu studios beti tuguri mu rwange ngo kubanza kuba Fort TV.
True.
Fort TV yabene covering programs zaitu kugatandeka nangwa kuruga focus senior president advisor mbaye nkoragana kuruga na Fort TV ngoza kubasima ba Fort TV abo kubwire bona kuguma hamwe na itwe covering imikoro yitu enkorato zaitu byone tukora tubanenye nimbasima muno ibara lyange linyo Kawamara Mishaki Adieri senior presidential advisor on mobilization hata the best TOORO RWENZORI abo buzuranuzo waburwo kuma abantu no kusera karuru ko kitinisa president nimbara mchinywena abaroza baiti nywena nabaliyo nabatorora ha Fort TV hamkutu yabo yona nimbara mcho no gonza kwingi kanimba tabaro cyo mwako mshaka nyangamba mwebale kukamwaka guno mshaka ogwe nkubibira na mukaga omwaka murungi ogutukunera gwe mu businguzi omwaka gurimo koma kandi tukunera obusinguzi hal president Museveni ayibare man
ote muna Adieri webala kuja ngoza ntankira hali habajurwa wenyene Adieri nkitebe cha NRM wetekaniza mtantura opposition bobodo batayi kutola ka signs baso kugwe kwambe tianza korangu baso kwamba barwana sambulka na karuru ndikiwa competing anenye mkaruka na kutulia tujamu nka NRM as a senior presidential advisor, how best are you prepared for this election as we remain with only 9 days to go?
Yes, that's a very nice question. We have no worry, we are not worried. I know there's no problem with the opposition coming together. You see, for us we have our saying that let the enemy unite. See, when the enemy unites, we handle him once and for all. Instead of handling groups of opposition. When you said that the opposition here in Fort Poto came together to work together, for us it's a blessing in disguise. So now our opportunity to handle them at a go. What I know, NRM is going to win, even in this region and in the whole country. There's no doubt about that. What we are doing, how prepared we are now moving out. This is a very good opportunity for us to talk to our people, and even on radios. We were in a meeting yesterday, and we have a team of TOORO media network. They are already on radio today, where they were on Life FM and other radios. They will be on radios every day up to 13th of this month, because 13th, that's when we are closing campaigns. So we are prepared enough throughout the whole country, and in this region in particular, and our people on the ground. So we have a problem, we want to campaign, mobilize. Yeah.
As a senior presidential advisor, are you not worried of the rising opposition in the region?
That causes some worry, but it makes us wake up and work harder. You see, the problem we have had as NRM has not been opposition. Our problem has been NRM. Because NRM at times gets divided. We get independent candidates, we get people who are supporting even opposition because they have their own differences. You find NRM abusing their colleagues, their fellow NRM. So that has been our cause for alarm. NRM fighting NRM. But otherwise, the raising voices of dissent are a challenge to us that we should talk to them. That's why we always move and talk to the youth who have been misinformed, who have been misguided, to bring them back to the board. So the worry, yes, because you can't take everything for granted, and we can't overlook such situations. So the worry causes us to wake up and work, bring us together and talk to these people, mobilize them, and bring them on board. Yes, but it is not cause for alarm that we are going to fail, that they're going to take over. No. Yeah, that's a challenge we have to handle, and we are handling.
As TOORO region and RWENZORI, but specifically TOORO, we have some concerning issues, burning issues, if I'm to say, that have been disturbing this region. And being in the studios for the first time, we've been talking about them. How best have you advised the president to tackle these issues? Because 40 years down the road, people may, the people of TOORO have lost hope in the party. Which assurance are you giving them that if they vote for President Museveni for the next term, all these things will be achieved in the region?
You shouldn't make a sweeping statement that the people of TOORO have lost hope. Not all people of TOORO. Some people. The people who have been coming on radios and talking in public places. There's some, of course, a section of people who are losing hope. Some because they are impatient. Some, of course, are still young. They have not seen it before. But what I know, the president is aware. When you talk about us advising him, yes, we talk with him, we meet. But the good thing is that he's aware. The president of this country is the biggest and the highest consumer of intelligence. He has all the information. He knows what is taking place in this country. He knows what is taking place in this region. He knows what people are talking, what are saying. So he's aware. And good enough, he was here recently. And he talked about the issues that has been bothering our people here. Buhinga Stadium, Movende, Mitiana Road, the Kijora, the Saka Road, the Industrial Park. Those are most of the areas of concern for our people in TOORO. Good enough, he's aware. And recently, the Speaker of Parliament was here, and they said they are budgeting and they have the money already for the road and for the roads. Even recently, we were with the Speaker in some meetings. And they said immediately after elections, they're going to put all their efforts. Not because they want to lie so that we can give them votes. No. But President Museveni has done it before. That road we are talking about, it is the NRM government which constructed it. The Chenzonzo for Porto Road, it's NRM. The for Porto Kasese Road, it's NRM. So some of the sections of these roads, when they get damaged, does not mean that NRM is not willing to repair. The only problem that is the source. The resource envelope at times is small, and we have a lot of work to do. As a country, the president has a lot of things. You have seen he has been moving around the whole country. The complaints, the issues raised are more or less the same, but the only thing we are sure of is that he's going to work on everything that concerns us. He knows TOORO is his support base. Even when they were in the bush, when they came to this region, that's where victory started. So he knows, he has all the information. He can't forget TOORO, never. Some people think that because we are yes, yes, so he can't handle our issues. No, 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 no. The president, in fact, even wants and supports people who support him. So we are aware that those issues are here. We have been talking about them. The ministers from this region have talked about them. The members of parliament from this region have talked about them, and the local leaders. He's aware and is going to handle one by one. You have seen him say that we shouldn't dish about money. We should concentrate on one thing, do it, complete it, then go to another. That's how he works, Gorilla style. But we are sure, come this Kisanja, most of these things are going to be worked upon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Msach Kaumara, Senior Presidential Advisor on Mobilization. I want to come to Moses. The youth, as we remain with few days to go, we see the youth from Kasese, where you come from, they are now tasking the president to consider them. That, don't you think this is causing like a worry that you haven't involved the youth and won't have 8 days, if I'm to say, because the campaigns are stopping on the 13th?
Thank you, Kiza. It's not a worry, as the Senior Presidential Advisor said, as some people are impatient. And basically, when you look at the percentage which is impatient is the youth. They want things to come faster. And in this government, the time I've spent in NRM, you must take time and work and understand. So for us, our work as youth leaders is to provide awareness to them and also show them direction. And basically, most of them, they don't know that there are even government programs that can benefit them that are going in these sagas that they are doing. And I'm happy that the government is handling, and even some other youth leaders have come in to answer what they were asking.
And you've been a member of opposition before, that is the National Unity Platform. And we've seen these guys now, they are bringing new tricks. Before we saw the United Forces of Change being unveiled in Kampala and the Central Region, but now it comes to TOORO. As a senior member of the, as someone who has just joined the party, how are you going to counter such strategies in these remaining days?
Those things have been there before, and they are not going to stop. There have been unity of opposition before, and even today, and even tomorrow you'll hear, even with Karamoja, they have come together. All those are strategies of thinking that they can take over government through that strategy, but it is impossible. We did them, and they didn't work. And as the Honorable Kaumara has said, it's good to handle a block enemy than handling the scattered enemies. So let them come closer, let them unite, so that we can see how we handle them. It's not a new thing in other governments to act, and I've read about these things in the theories of politics and security and treaties. It's not only in Uganda, and even other countries. Oppositions try to come together, using it to be a strategy of how they can also take a victory. But it always fails. And with this government, with the senior members, they know all those tricks, and they can't get shaken.
I want to go back to Mr. Msach Kaumara. Something small. We see in the TOORO region there are some constituencies where members of the party have managed to go unopposed. And in most constituencies in the country, these members of parliament, they do steer up on the day of voting. Are you not worried of the low turn-up in such constituencies like Russia here in Kabarole? If we spot out. When we go to Ntoroko, the candidate who is contesting against Rugumayo is not that strong, where people will be running up to say, let us go and vote. Are you not worried, or which strategy are you going to use so that you pull numbers to come and turn up for voting?
Yeah, that's a very good point. We are aware of that usually members of parliament or the contestants at parliamentary level do a very big mobilization for people to turn up to vote. And in areas where members of parliament have gone unopposed will be a challenge. So we are appealing to those members of parliament who have passed unopposed to come up and mobilize people to come up and vote for President Museveni. And we're also putting effort into that, as you have mentioned, Russia here. Good enough the concerned people are aware and have started doing a good job. We are also coming in as concerned people. So that's a point which we're handling. You mentioned also in TOORO. Good enough, the member, it's not only the constituency MP where there is some room for lagging, but we also have district. Good enough, we have one constituency, one district. So there's women members of parliament who are contesting, the woman member of parliament post. We have about 3 people. So they will help in mobilizing people to come and attend and do the voting. So they will help us, but we're also using other means. NRM has used the structures. NRM has facilitated the structures, NRM structures from the district up to the village. So those people will do the job. Even in areas you mentioned where some people passed unopposed, the NRM structures have been facilitated to work. Right, the president launched commission the other time, the parish level mobilization. So the chairpersons of NRM, city chairpersons of NRM, district chairpersons of NRM have moved around to all parishes, sub-counties and town councils to facilitate the NRM structures to go and mobilize. So we shall continue mobilizing. Even what I've told you, that we have people on radios, their intention or motive is to mobilize people to come out in big numbers. And I'm here also to appeal to people to come out in big numbers or come 15th. Even if you are a member of parliament, passed and opposed, remember there is voting for His Excellency the President. So come out, go and vote for President Museveni. If you also have to vote for the member of parliament, do it. But now, please come out in big numbers and vote for President Museveni come 15th of January. And I think it is only about how many days to go? 8 days to go, yes.
There's in TOORO region is a stronghold for NRM, and Kitagwenda lies in this region.
Yes.
They happen to have their very own son. That is Mbaraka Munyagwa,
yes,
who is from Kitagwenda. Isn't it causing a worry in the party that you may lose Kitagwenda?
Not at all. But I think even when President Museveni was there, even his own father went on the microphone and said, please come and vote for this man with the heart. The father of Munyagwa. So if the father could come out and say, vote for President Museveni, how about the other members? Munyagwa has no impact there in Kitagwenda. Kitagwenda is a stronghold in this region, and it has been voting, I think, the first district in this region, over 95. So we still believe Kitagwenda is going to vote for President Museveni. Munyagwa notwithstanding.
Before you come back to Moses, are you not worried about the turn-ups of opposition, of the leading opposition member, that is Robert Kyagulanyi, on the rallies that he has been holding, the big numbers? Do they put NRM on a worry that opposition is now gaining momentum in this country?
Do you remember what happened in 2020, 2021? The wave that occurred at that time, it was even bigger than this one. But he was defeated. Now it is even weaker. See the problem, you have even seen, I talked about this in one of the televisions in Kampala, on one of them. And I told the viewers that Kyagulanyi moves with those crowds. And good enough, I think about 3 days after, President Museveni talked about it, that this man has a mobile crowd. When you see him moving, he moves with about 100 vehicles, 50 to 100. In fact, the other time, someone confessed and said they move with about 200 vehicles. So those crowds we are seeing are mobile. So they are not a threat. You have seen, you have been here. President Museveni finds crowds at the venues.
But he moves with a very big convoy, a lot of people escorting.
No, but the convoy, those are uniform, the vehicles, the uniform, they are there, you see, they stay on their vehicles up, they are for security. And the convoys he moves with are not in yellow. You know it.
Of recent here, there was an allegation that you transported people from various villages to come and attend these campaigns. But for the NUP candidate, they bring themselves, most of them.
You see, you're good enough you have said an allegation. It's an allegation. And you're here. Of course, NRM facilitates people to move from far places in that particular district. From those particular districts or cities. You can't transport someone from Tooroko to come and attend a rally of President Museveni in Kabarole or in Fort Portal City, or vice versa. You can't transport someone from Bunyangabu to Kasese or Fort Portal, that because they are neighboring. No. You transport someone from Kijura to St. Louis here, because it was rain at that time. Just facilitate them to come, but not crowds which are mobile. President Museveni moving from Bunyangabu to Fort Portal, getting vehicles, transporting people from Bunyangabu to Fort Portal, or from Kasese to Ishak. No. Or from Bundubujo to Tooroko or vice versa. No, those crowds are there. The respective NRM leaders from those districts do the mobilization. They have their own means. They can just transport people to ease the movement. But from those particular districts, not mobile. So those crowds we are seeing are not a worry to us, because we know they move. You have seen it just recently. You would see he's sleeping in a hotel, people are sleeping outside, because they are not from that particular district. They have nowhere to sleep. They stay outside waiting for him to move out from the hotel, then they move to the event. We have seen it on TV. So those people are just mobile crowds. They're not a worry to us. Hey, they are not a worry to us.
Thank you very much. Moses, what lies ahead in these remaining 8 days?
I may want to just comment on what Honorable said. You see, we have never been there, but for us who have been there, these people who move with Chagulani, they're in 3 categories. We have the moving crowd, that is mobile, is mobile. Then we have those, when he reaches at the venue, they are going to see a musician. They have never seen a musician. Because by that time we used to pay watching him. But this time now it is free. So it takes you no minute to go and see the musician. Third, most of these people you see in his crowd, they don't vote. You know. So when you are calculating the vote, don't calculate that crowd. One is a mobile crowd. 2 others have come to see the musician. 3, most of them, they don't vote. Because I've been there, you calculate that the crowd is big, but to go statistically to the voting system, you find that there's nothing. I was asking my colleagues that you have seen Bobo Wine has been moving around. And instead of speaking what he's going to do to the country, he's speaking ill about the president. And that is not a manifesto. And today I had an argument with my wife on the same. When I was coming here, and was asking me, how can I access Bobo Wine's manifesto? It's inaccessible because there's nothing to speak to the people in the country. Now, the few days which is remaining, for to reach the voting day, we are in a climax. We started some time back before even the program of mobilization for the president started. But Aderi had brought us together to start this mobilization before even you know. So for us, we have no worry, and I'm very sure we have done our part. This climax of the few days which are remaining, they are planning days on how to maintain our vote, and we keep on pushing now, reminding people that on 15th, it's the day to vote for the president. Yesterday I was in Rwimi, in Bunyangabu, and I was telling people by 10 in the morning, President Museveni will have passed. I'm telling you the truth. By 10 in the morning on 15th, you will see.
Thank you very much. I want to go back to Adil. Adil, how will the government ensure transparency and fairness of the upcoming elections, considering past allegations of electoral violence and intimidations?
You see, electoral violence at times is created, caused by provocation. The NRM government and President Museveni, together with the security of this country, has no intention of causing violence or election violence. That's why you see President Museveni and the NRM has trained President Museveni's voter protection team. Because we can't tell our NRM supporters that you come to the polling station and stay there and protect your vote. We have agents That's their role. So we have a team which is training vote protectors. And they will be, as the law provides, 2 for President Museveni, but they are being trained to be alert so that we don't create or cause commotion. If we were not observing peace and security, we would have said, NRM supporters, you come in big numbers after voting, stay there. Then that one shows that we want violence. Because the loop is telling their people to stay there, then we tell ours to stay there, then we are causing some chaos. So we don't want commotion. We don't want violence. That's why you have had these warnings. Warnings from the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, warning from His Excellency the President, warning from the CDF, warning from the IGP, from all security leaders that please, please, we want peace. Vote and go home. That means they want peace. If they never wanted peace, they would have said vote and stay hanging around. We shall handle you accordingly.
But the constitution is clear. You'll be 20 meters away from the polling area. As you respond to that, also talk on the issue of the interference of the senior military officers. Here I'm referring to the CDF. Coming out to make statements regarding elections that is not supposed even to make.
You see, let me tell you, I've always said this thing. Prevention is better than cure. The CDF is the head of security as far as UPDF, security of this country. All the borders and the security of individual lives and their property. Then the police. See, they have to warn us. My friends, I can hear these alarms. Some people are saying vote and stay around and hang around, but that can create commotion. I'm advising you to vote and go away. It's not interference. That's a prevention measure. Please vote and go. I know the constitution you are referring to says that after voting you can be 20 meters away the voting. But now imagine 600 people from a polling station voting and staying there 20 meters. And you think the voting there will be safe? They vote, they stay there.
But there are constables who've been trained.
But the constables, you can't handle 1,000 people there. You can't. One constable, you can't. So that's why I'm saying prevention is better than cure. Those people have been alerting us, warning us, advising us that please vote and go. Train your agents who are vote protectors. Every candidate is allowed to have 2 agents. We have 8 presidential candidates. Those will be 16 agents inside. Then we have the members of parliament, the constituency, and the woman MP. So you will find so many agents in the same area. Then you bring also the voters around. That would be a market. Not even a market, I don't know how we can name that one.
In the last elections, you did the same. You trained people to protect your votes.
Yes.
But recently, like a year ago, even it's not a year, we saw the President Museveni coming out and saying they rigged his votes.
Yes.
As NRM now, how prepared are you? See that you're not rigged again?
Yes, you see that happened in mostly in Kampala.
You can also affirm it that you were rigged as NRM.
Yes. Do you know how we were rigged? See, in Kampala, those people had a plan. They took us by surprise. They trained their people and told them to intimidate our supporters. Even they intimidated our agents, those people we are talking about. Because we never had crowds at the polling stations.
Because it was COVID time.
So we had agents there who were intimidated. And they ran away. And of course there was no time to reorganize. Because for them they had planned it before. So they intimidated our agents. So even our voters couldn't reach the polling stations. That's how the rigging was orchestrated in those areas, in some areas. That's why when you saw the by-elections in Kawempe last year, that's why you saw a lot of military around, because they were expecting the same.
But you lost the election. Was it also rigged again?
No, you see, losing is another, and intimidating your voters and the agents is another issue. You can have a peaceful election and you lose. That shows that it does not. If we were to rig, we would have rigged. So, but the intimidation, that's why you have had these interventions. People are being mobilized, the border people, the food vendors, the mechanics, the garage operators, so that they become peaceful. That's why our motto is peace, a peaceful election. We are not talking about violence, we are talking about a peaceful election. We want a peaceful election this time. So if we were violent, we would have kept quiet and say we are waiting for them. But we are cautioning people, our leaders are doing the same, the police, the army, the president, the NRM leaders, the electoral commission are all warning and advising us to be peaceful. Yes.
Just of recent we saw the electoral commission unveiling to Ugandans that they're going to use biometric machines. And each person is going to take between 1 to 2 minutes at the machine. As NRM, you have areas where you are strong, where you have a lot of support. Are you not worried that this process may delay until cause very few people end up voting?
No, but you have talked of 1 minute to 2.
To 1 minute to 2. Now look at the polling stations whereby you have more than 800 people and they all have 2 machines. It means in 1 hour.
You divide. How long does that take?
In 1 hour it means only like 60 people, 30 people will be turning up. Times the hour, the hours that we are going to take, almost something like 10 hours. From 8 hours, from 8 up to 4. You find
divide by the 2 machines.
Divide by the 2 machines.
600 divided by 2, those are 300. Those are about 5 hours. And we have from 7 to 4. Those are about 10 hours or 9. The time is enough. So, but I have not tested that machine myself. I don't know how it works. I was just seeing it on TV when they did some mock exercise in Kampala at the Electoral Commission and even at Parliament. And I think they were verified and passed. Me, I have no comment about that. I don't know how long it takes, but what I know, people will vote, people will have finished by 4 p.m. And good enough, the law allows, if the time clicks 4 p.m. and people are still in the line, you continue until those in the line are finished.
As a party and your top member in the party being the senior presidential advisor, are you ready to agree with what comes out of an election?
Why not? Why not? That's why we allow the elections. And that's the democracy, one of our pillars in our ideology, NRM ideology, democracy. So every 5 years we go there to test the will of the people. So if the vote is done peacefully, we get the results, they announced by the electoral commission, there we are.
Lastly, then I come to Moses. We've seen the violation of some human rights activists in this country who come out to talk about elections. Don't you think this, arresting them is one of the ways of intimidating Ugandans who are out there and who were planning to come and talk about these elections?
But you see, for you are speaking as a journalist. You know journalism, but you don't know security, or you don't know intelligence. So me at least I've worked with security. I've been an RDC. Even in the last elections I was in Chegegwa. When we were talking about this man moving, Moses here was testifying because he was a new leader. He knows how they used to work. When I was in Chegegwa, before Chagulanyi came to Chegegwa, the previous 2 days, he had booked all the hotels in Chegegwa. That's why I told you he moves with those mobile crowds. They came and booked and slept in Chegegwa. Some slept in Chenzozo, some in Mubendi. So they are there early enough for the rally. So back to your point, most of these operations, arrests, are intelligence-led. These people we are seeing, the civil society, people who are being arrested or who are being warned, are being used by those people, the funders. They have no way of sending money to their groups here, those you call opposition. So they use these organizations to pass money, to create commotion and confusion. The money these people were giving to these people who were throwing stones and burning tires in the city was the money from outside. So these people we are seeing are there talking to please their funders. They are on TV every time, they have the money, they get money. So intelligence captures and gathers all that information, and then they have to react. Reaction means and includes arresting or probably warning. or curtailing in one way or the other. So that's why you are seeing these arrests. They are intelligence led. You can't just bump into someone and just...
Sarah Virete was arraigned before the court, the magistrate's court, of accessing information of the Electoral Commission. If an individual as Sarah has managed to access, as a party, are you not now worried of the loopholes in the Electoral Commission as we go into an election?
But you see, that's why I'm telling you, these people are being funded. How did he access it? How did she access that information? How did she do it? Who helped her? How was it done? So I don't want to go into details because it's a court case now. I don't want to prejudice. So I know it's a case, they have information. I don't want to go into the details of that case because she has already appeared before court. I've appeared with that lady on TV. But you see, you can see someone speaking with anger, with bitterness, with hatred, with...
My issue is, if Sarah Virete as an individual has managed to access some information, how best are you trusting the Electoral Commission that their information has not been interfered with by other political parties?
You see, that's what I'm telling
you. If NRM has not.
That's why I'm telling you that these people have support from other people with technology. You remember that time when which president had an American president before Trump came in? There was which president? That lady who wanted to contest, Mrs. Clinton had wanted to contest. Is it?
Biden, Joe Biden. It was Joe Biden and Clinton.
Yes, but there was an allegation that Russia had got information from the American information base and leaked it to Trump. So that's what I'm saying. Things can be, how do they call it? How do they call that thing of moving it to the computers and getting hacking? Russia had hacked and got information and leaked it to the candidate of his choice. So the same way, that lady can be used by the Wazungu. They hack into Electoral Commission's equipment and they get that information. That's why she has been arrested. They must be having some information. But being safe or not safe, those things are possible. You have seen these people even hacking information in banks, getting money. You have seen how these things are done. So that's also a warning on the side of the Electoral Commission to be more precise and more organized so that they safeguard leakage and everything.
Moses, I want to come to you in your words to the youth as we prepare for this election. You talked about something that when you look at these people, the youth, some of them don't turn up to go and vote. What is your message to them as we prepare for these elections now?
Thank you. But you see, this time it is another game. I've been telling people there are two people who vote. And my focus always, when I come on air, I focus on those two people. That is the youth and the women. So, I can't say that even men don't vote. Men vote, but for us, it takes time. Men takes time. But women are many, and the youth are many. And my focus, Mbambare, is the youth. For us, as I told you before, we are doing our part to create awareness. We are informing them day and night. I think this is the first time you are inviting me here, or not the 5th. And always my message is the youth to turn in big numbers and vote President Museveni. And if the youth were not eager to turn up, come 15, they wouldn't be coming on TV and start doing what they are doing. So that means they are eager to vote the president, but there's some few things or some few issues that are supposed to be handled, but for them they are ready. And since we have been moving, the youth have played a bigger role in this campaign. And come 15th, it's the youth that are going to play a bigger role, and they're going to turn up, I promise.
I want to go back to you. I want to get clarity. The deputy speaker of this country, Thomas Tayebwa, and the speaker, that is Anita Mong, they've been moving to countries. to districts, I mean, to districts, most of the districts, even of recent, Taiba was from here. And whenever they leave a place, a group of NRM people raise some complaints that instead of consolidating members within the party, as a party, you're spending a lot of money on sourcing members from opposition to join the party. How true is that?
See, that question is a bit complicated because we have so many people who are moving around. So some section of NRM members can come and meet the opposition who are willing to join. Another section meets the NRM to strengthen them. I told you even yesterday we had a meeting with some NRM members and some other leaders and met some team. In fact, that team even was part of that group you're talking about, which has been unhappy with the way we have been doing our things. But we have talked to them, and now they're on board, and they're on air now. So we are not blaming the speakers, our two speakers, who have been moving around and meeting members of opposition. They have done a very good job. But they have not stopped other leaders from meeting. You have seen Balam has been moving around, Honorable Balam, also meeting the youth, doing this. The speaker also doing a very good job. The deputy speaker is same. Even tomorrow he will be in change also. So there's no problem with meeting the opposition, and there's nothing wrong with also meeting the NRM.
My issue is the monetary one, whereby there is that issue where they've been putting a lot of money to bring these people on board. How true?
Me have no evidence on that they have been putting a lot of money. I don't know because me have not given myself have not given any opposition member any money. I'm not facilitated with money to give to the opposition. Have not received any money from any source to give to the opposition. When I have meetings, I do the facilitation, drinks and what from my own salary that I get. So there's nothing wrong. If they are facilitated to do that, I'm not privy to that. I don't know. I have no information about that. And there's nothing wrong with them doing it if they have the capacity. And there's nothing also with there's nothing wrong with meeting the NRM people, also facilitate them to do the NRM work, which we are doing also. Yeah.
Thank you very much for our viewers who are following us. We are going up to the hour of 10. And I'm with the Senior Presidential Advisor Mobilization and Mr. Wambale Moses. We are tackling on a few issues in the region. I want us to do it locally here. Why should the people of TOORO RWENZORI vote for President Museveni?
Abantu ba TOORO RWENZORI nimbasaba kusagika President Museveni. Habukuba itu hanu nkatoro nugumu witu kubanza kora government ntugira mistake habukuba tukagisagika amane kagayi hanu tukabatangira abacana musaka tutakontera ngo n'abatwara government hakasumya apa akabaro hendure kuterwa ngo President Museveni bamubingira akasumya akacali rebo cyali mukisaka obu yarugire Luwero naija kuri mu RWENZORI kukingura yitagi rundo branch bagamba ayukire Neito abantu tatungira makuru gaba UPC tukagira ubundi mazima kasumuka mukabagambirana tukaba tuli aho library umwagwa kinana nena oguru akasisi jero akaba nabaza akaba ali minister wa internal affairs hakasumyako akakorora kurato library yatugambira abantu batorora mu maramara Museveni tumubingira Luwero yukirezire kuna lina kwa tomhana bamutwara na yuko aragenda Kongo bamusinde ka Kigali hanengeri kakuna musije zire kingura front TOORO yatungira usingi na districts yabandize ku liberating ekabakunu akabandiza bundu buju kinane 5 mukwa musanju yejo witu in fact ito sengo tukabacharansi bundu buju ni yabaye kubanza then kabarole nuko yagenda tukasese nuho yabandize base ya mana akagitunga ko president kamwe baga nico nora abana bitu benge babatora babayira mali ababayira mu government ababayire bakadongozi abandi hati baratayaringire abandi of course bakarugo umunsi baitu TOORO nkuru muno mu mezi wa NRM na NRA which is UPDF now so binge bukozero ebintu banyero kora nuko mukayate bwayo mukayawe noija no rugamuka no tura itabasija abakutura omucyara nagambira ken nyecho bukwa nogera nagambira kisora kihwire enyanya busai ken busai tukikumanyisa noja kubihirwa bwake nabwo nibwayo nemirimo yihange barakukora engudo ni strike hakozera wa motoka nyingi ebintu nibisobo ikizaniro cyo mpira ni cyetagisa wakiragira kora kintu cyo koragira kabumba buri kiro ngambira abantu mu president Museveni tali ruhanga no yaragira ibintu kubaba akabana hanga nagamba let there be nikiba reka behensa habe mu mwanya habe hamayiza habe homsana habe ikiro habe nibiba betibire bintu betaga sente betaga planning betaga teamwork abantu bokora nabo ubundi president Museveni muhura nagamba abantu bakora ubundi bamuremesa bagonze ibintu bingi burundugumu wenkora ye nakora kino nabo ikitu TOORO ego twine tukwetaga baitu twine bwesige kuri cyogira hope no kuba patient nubyo bagenda kubukora kwa turozere babukoze ntati bagenda kubukora bitakakozere bagenda gukora bakatusoborora baki bakozere kisano cha Hoima stadium batakakozere cha pinga bitacho bagamba bagenda kuchikora abo ensonge za Hoima nimezemanya of course abo mageta wa bintu bingi nabo ikinitana ibintu bagenda gukora hakiro umuntu yesugo umuntu umanyireho bagamba ngo the devil you know is better than the angel that you have never seen umuntu wetubire nawo obusinge tuburorezeho amakuru gabo na insecurity tukabiroza
yere nenyo mukaso wako n'umwesiga president Museveni muwire gende mukisaka mutaka mumanyire kandi mwasanga uwo mugaso singaba yabagonza kwesiga batamanyiro ubunabo ko umugaso nka president Museveni
hata manyire ncho ngwambye the devil you know is better than the angel that you have not seen or you have not tested kandi bintu ebinde biturozero umuntu akaba na kaguza bulikiro mutukaguza hati nyombe ngizara no kinkaguza mbeba binkaguza na TV Kampala which gains are you protecting ngani mporo na mwana wetu mwana wange wa use hard for pota na baza haredi o wasisimuka where the gains that we are protecting hati ebintu bikozure for poto city yokolegi girole nyuma myaka 10 olena hati those are gains hati yowe orole santi kuja gambora agenzere bitu itera torole sani Iraq Baghdad kokobe bajombekeri Saddam Hussein gains za kabakozere America byatire Iraq ezo gains zona zikasisikara Libya kajaye mirundi nkene Libya during Gaddafi time Libya ko kabane san streets za Libya ko zikaban san ibyombo ko bya hotel zayo Gaddafi byarugiraho bakabitere byombo ko ninjoka na hotel tukabantrara mu Continental Hotel byona bakabangambira byona bakabitera those are the gains hata utwa tugamba gains abantu bitegereza gains za Gaddafi zakabakozere mukacho kuziprotectinga bakazikora
ni wa distracted
genda mabikarobindi genda Sudan genda Chad genda neyi orore ko abantu bintu umuntu narugaho ebintu bisisikara gains zihwerekera ija Kongo itu ya neighbors with Congo tubamanyire security kiki umuntu ansindikirega ka video kirokino omusajja bakwasira abantu abalubanga nabayita abasorikale ba government bamuhanikire bali bahembera hali murenku bali babyabuzeho kubocha bandi babatira amasasa basazire mitwe aka video bakansindikira kalasema in fact kanemera ndo karora mbeni tandika ko kari ngambagani mahana hano Kongo talhara karito tutana nayo tubamanyire businge abantu bayibona bali hano bandi bacaka tu bandi bali kunwa mwanza bandi Orozoro hati ezo gains zo tuka protect the gains abantu bagera ngo ziri personal even personal gains ziri ko protected hati yo botabirire yese bakasisikara bakabiba ito busumbombote tu ngo kaba intelligence bejaga mbanyage bintu bita mahanga tware bintu itu nyonde muri sa wende batware inte zaito aro musija witu mukuru bakatware inte kumbele nikenana munundi yo batfunya bazeta fopoto bejaga mbastuna zahwa toino kunyegera ojaga mkatale kente ente bera more ente bakwezi barakwa nizizo so gains in za print Museveni NRM batuleti we have to protect them kugamba ngo twetaga obusinge buno twetaga president wetu ayongera kutulinda tukwa twetano twabaza twino obusinge wetu yino na studio nubukweta aba opposition bana bana bandugamba batakubaza ready ararugama hore mbukwate bitu kasumka karo katasokubaza kubaza government in power
oje muna leo ngo kwa Moses araga abantu then njagarko wa utsorore Awak President Museveni alumgaruka mu district ya Kasese mutinire rundi Moses araga abantu rugantu gende
kiza bare muno nisima ne bigamba adire birungi byatugambira kandi abantu babihura kuruga usimu tutatandikira mobilization up to now nisima dieri nisima na bantu bwana babiri batukwatiraho na media yona nimbasima muno like ebiro 12 tujja kuba turi Kasese as Adiel is going to elaborate on it itwinga ngaba isinganda tujja kuba tubandizeyo tugenda tukole mobilization kandi otagamba president atinira bakuba yagaruka Kasese. We have districts nyingi Nkoto mu Uganda. Kasese niyo alema hizo districts. Then Kampala, Wakiso and probably Masaka. Hati hizo nosanga Kasese is supposed to be divided in district ngezo ngeitano. Hati nosanga kakapcharinga kunu kusongora south niyo Kasese municipality town no bakutangatangana. Bet kuruga Kasese mutaoni kuhika Bwera. Nazo nizitwara mutwaro wogo gum. So abantu bakuri bakarora they are not considered. So they could not travel from where to come and attend the president's rally in Kasese town. So that's why the concerned people requested for the president to go back to Kasese and also capture the other area and also Songora North. Otherwise, me, I'm happy to be in NRM and mobilization so far so good. Kandi eviro 10 na bitano tugenda tutera Karuru ndakuba ndi wetu wera hacharu custom tutera Karuru nuko sahina zenye jakare hizo tumara kutera Karuru nojakura kama Museveni nabyo
ote
baba maze kabara
bose wewe lokita adiere yongero tuhereze kisane chikoto turozire no nanda la mafabi agarukira muri region muno nawagenze Kasese amazere ibiro 2 bulu muntu wena mgisha muntu is coming back to TOORO region papa sele footpoto sita andi Toroko instake nya kule mu region yenu kano kemo district ya Kabrole footpoto stena Kasese kintu kike murozera mu Kenya bali mu Karuru mu nikubagara muno hano
hati cha Kasese Moses ya kusobora kandi ago nugamazema kinso kongereza hano cyongo president Museveni byizira Kasese akabali asemerira kujya mu bikaro bibiri baitabo wire ya jamu kikaro kimwe kwa kawaida district bi hakireki akabaina kuba Kasese kuba Bunyangabo cyamuremesa kora rally biri mu Kasese ngo kwahura district Nkoto ina abantu bayingi n'abakome bayingi ne bikaro binagira lione kikaro bikaro byensozi akaba nayitagisa abantu nambere atarakire kukaya kabagambire njiri ya NRM nora president Museveni njiriye tekusana abakandidate abandi bakandesa abantu bajali ku exciting abantu nyowe Uganda mpyaka Uganda exireta baitona bagambira NRM byo gukora naboleka obuda bomaka naboleka wealth creation obuda mbujabuta okulema commercial agriculture industrialization ebyo osinge peace and security job creation emeremezo oketa nabagambira ibintu by'abantu bagambira tinguro umuntu tugambira ibintu bikugara mu bumezi Nubulo sangurine no byamutama baita ko ino mutama gurukwetegeza na magezi gali mutu bagamba tinguro mutu tugambira ibintu byo kugara ubusinge democracy Africa bakuntu taga Uganda patriotism so that tugambira bwa kandi nziriye ni yemu ko har kujya nabaze bwamo nibye ngamba museje bintu akabandika mbongo so president Museveni nagaruka mu Kasese abwensonga ni yegi district Nkoto atasobora kubayobuli hatagarukire kintu cyakabira abandi bogambere bakwija nibija of course habokuwa nabo ino bugabe nicyo democracy nyakuri mu Uganda bisaba bakutanga ngo teje otagaruka barabazira bene nsonga norati manandara mafabi no gama nagaruka Kasese okwa Kasese original kabiri FDC abo sumba besiji Nigeria bakandidates abasatu bali mu parliament ba FDC hata izire nupo somba competing hagati ya nupo na FDC no haratwara the day nicho kini hancho kumugara we are not bad ito katukole byetu katusera Karuru kaitu tongere kusaka president wetu habwe nsongezo nabani kugambira nuko tusobole kusinga Karuru so president Museveni nagaruka muri region y'Ebekwezi 12 mu RWENZORI kujya kutera Kabiri Ebekwezi 13 na bakingaho Akaruru mu ihangaliona president Museveni ya kumarira Kololo hakizano cha Kololo ku campaigninga mu Kampala Central bete bikarubinda tukiyokena bile kawempe na bikarubindi bya Kampala nora Karuru yagena kafunza district zimwe za Tarabeire nkalera na handi neza kwa Arua nagenda kukayo bikarubina tarugendamo ebikarubino garukayo because of the feedback kuruga mkichweka no tunga feedback hana abantu tabahekeho hana bahagira biti you go back and explain nicho kuoleka president are very democratic abandi bamweta dictator nyo ngamba munsi John dictator kamurungi kutunga dictator akuvuga motoka agenda mkazu bakemera bakasobora bakatira omusana baketi jogambe na ijogambe baketa garage operators baketa ba mechanic baketa ba food vendor ba boda boda ogu dictator kweli dictator ngiro nakose kifuba na gamba nyongambire mugere mukomo
ade mbugambwe kumahira turagireke mu abantu
ningoza kubasima ba 4 TV na iwa kiki ni kusima kuturaliza nsiba Moses tukora nawe kasima katubere nawe kandi tugenzere kurunka ncagena maiso obuturamaliriza bine bya campaign akaruka kaho tuje kujya mu phase yindi yo kuhereza Uganda no kuhereza NRM mu muringo gwito gwembaganiza kandi nisima bahuririza inywena nabariomba batero 4 TV na mkutwendi yona abo kuhereza hati nimbasaba okulinda obusinge kokumbagambire kandi karuru ko businge mulindo obusinge muleke kwimukira okwebizibu bindi obuntu tubyeletere itwenka nogonza kurumba security nogonza kurumba police bagamba bamuhera tero wicumu hata umuntu ile mundu ino murumba no mutera nibale hati ubora mutera ibale na ana seri ibale kutera na hata mubatorasa ekana teni yorumbira umuntu we mundu mulindo businge muleka kurumba amai kugapigepa mama okajihali unyonga mbira nti kuruga obororo serikali bagenzo no kuba nyoha ko msikara gamba sit down kachi please car hands no bora no sanot no bora bodere sutu no bora bodere sutu na tayo gisibiti omusirikali warakwate muda akakokinga gamba kachi sit down okay the next thing is shoot so hulirizo abasirikali mu batema kitinisi waragamba ruga genda talk up you talk habako kitaliki kongera tikirikirungu obumezi bwao fast werindi yo takalinzira bandi inogera kulinda karuru banzu lindo obumezi bwao hata karuru akalinda tukabanje lindi yo obumezi bwao kubanza obe safe okuye kayano yakubanje iwe mchara wana bana bano mnyoro wamba banje iwe rugahe byagamba tukabanje kujya mukindu bakakwasiringa mtwaro gumu kurumba don't please attack the army, don't attack the police lindo businga bwao so ni maliro no kubaraliza ebiro kwezi 15 inywe na murugeyo mu bwingi nywena baliza nogu baliza nole baliza no mwana wao na mzaira wao na mugenzi wawe na munywana wao bargeje bakome president no 7 mutera karuru hakuko tumurozere birungi yatukolire kana chatukora kama bahumugesa mwe balemana
ojo munabo Dieri na Moses habo kuikeza kuralizwa kujana 4 TV kubaza ensonga ezazim na free talk is coming in next with Gonza. I wish you a very good morning.
Waliyo chairman kukaleo ekula lya Afrika chairman